It's literally telling me to go to the library. What does it want me to do here? Because the stairs are broken. Wait, what if I just pick up the sign?
No one will miss this out of order sign.
Is this it? Was that really all I had to do? Why was there an out of order sign anyway? The stairs weren't even broken. Hello everyone, it's Smashing Ender, and welcome back to Thimbleweed Park, where I actually am gonna record a longer episode for a change, so expect more cuts and edits in this one. Because I do that now. That's a thing I've started doing. So yeah, that might make the series a bit more streamlined, and might help with me not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I had to go to this person. Somewhere. His office, I don't know which door that is. Let's try this door. That's a chicken. How about this door? Understood. What about this door? That's the hole. What about this door?
Where am I?
I don't know where you are. What about this door?
Franklin, you idiot! I'm just trying to,
That seems about right.
Is that yelling? Oh, gag me. I hope my dad and Uncle
Gag you?
Chuck aren't
Why?
fighting again.
And since most of the machinery at the pillow factory is lying fallow, I've come up with this, great plan to repurpose them. We can use them to make, plush toys.
So they want to make
Franklin,
plush
you
toys. That's
idiot.
cool and all, but no.
The company is Pillowtronics, not stupid plush toytronics. We make pillows. What do you think that would do to
questionable.
our credibility, our reputation?
Which
Okay,
reputation?
Chuck, you're right, but I was up all night working on the business plan. Maybe you could just, look at it.
No, no, no! It's a pillow factory.
Are you two fighting again? I'm getting so sick of this. You're brothers. Take a chill pill. You started the pillow factory together. Won't
So,
you ever stop
make it
fighting
the fuck
about
up.
it?
Nothing you need to worry about, Delores. Right, Franklin, old brother?
Yes, your uncle and I were just, talking business. I have some work to do.
Delores, can you get my .8mm point-tip soldering iron?
You know, Uncle Chuck, you should use a 2mm flat tip, and you never heat your solder hot enough.
That's my favorite niece. I can't wait for you to take over the pillow factory. I know you'll keep the Edmund pillow dream alive.
Yeah. About that, no. Have this letter though.
Chuck, I have something for you.
What is it, Delores?
A letter George the postman just delivered.
Oh, I've been expecting this. I'll deal with it later.
Alright, I was dealing with this. Ooh, graphics basics. That's a clue, isn't it? Use
I
computer.
need some help. Gotta find a book on mucus. If only there were a large library nearby.
I wonder where this library could be. Use the index from.
It says there's a book on mucus here. It's in section 3.1.
Fine. Look at the sign.
It says out of order.
Yeah, we'll talk later. I'm probably gonna have to walk all the way around now. Is there stairs over here? No. So how do I get to 3.1? Let's talk to Franklin then.
Uncle Chuck never should have talked to you like that.
He's right. My idea was worthless. I'm worthless.
Dad, I don't
I
want
disagree.
to see you like this.
I like your
I
idea.
liked your idea for the pillow factory.
Chuck thought it was a bad idea, and he's right.
No, he's
He's
stupid.
never even read it.
You need more
You need
confidence.
more confidence. And
Grow
stop
a
letting
pair.
Uncle Chuck push you around.
Thanks, Delores. You're a great daughter. But Chuck knows what is best for the factory.
No, he doesn't.
Bye, Dad. I love you.
Goodbye, Delores.
That's just a phone book.
Why do I let him talk to me like...
The sign says it's out of order.
Well, how do I get to 3.1 then? Okay, real quick, editor, ender, here to point this out. It took me a solid, I don't even remember how long it was. Like 10, between the 7 and 10 minutes to figure out how to actually get up the staircase, as you'll see soon enough. Because I talked to Doug, I checked the fridge for some reason, I don't really know why I did that actually. I talked to people, multiple actually, because I didn't know I could... I didn't know the solution was as simple as it turned out to be. I looked everywhere for a staircase or a way to fix the staircase. I even checked the phone book to see if I could call someone like the stair fixers or something. There was no number labeled stair fixers, though. Trust me. I checked. So yeah, that was a lot harder than I thought, which is why I decided to time-lapse it to show that, otherwise it would ruin the point. Anyway, back to the video. Well, that didn't help. Close computer.
That doesn't seem to close.
Use computer.
I need some help. Gotta find a book on mucus. If only there were a large library nearby.
Yeah, but I can't use the library, goddammit. It's literally telling me to go to the library. What does it want me to do here? Because the stairs are broken. Wait, what if I just pick up the sign?
No one will miss this out of order sign. The out of order sign is gone, so it's obviously fixed. Haven't been up here for a long time.
Is this it? Was that really all I had to do? Why was there an out of order sign anyway? The stairs weren't even broken. 3.1. Code to getting a girlfriend, code at human behavior, basic of basics. Basic output, shades of grayscale. It was here. Is there more mucus here? Looping loop book, the toilet computer, Thimbleweed 64, vacuum cleaner programming, VCR programming. No, alright, we can leave. That was so unnecessary. Alright, stairs fixed. Now that I have the mucus book. Let's do
Please
this.
answer the following questions about our proprietary mucus programming language. You must get all of the questions right to submit your application. First question: how many actors can be displayed at one time?
I'll get back to you on this. Okay, so editor ender round 2. So for some reason during this part of the recording I accidentally unplugged my microphone or something because the audio got disrupted of some kind. So I'm kind of doing a voiceover this time while the footage plays back double speed. It's exactly sped up, so the video still will come out at a 24 minute. I considered making it faster, but then it'd be a 12-minute video, which is a bit short. So basically, I finished the questions, I just looked in the book and it gave me the answers, but the printer came out empty. So I had to go find ink somewhere. My first instinct was to check the father, because we earlier got a bottle of ink from his room, so maybe he'd have some. So we asked him if he had any new ribbons, and he basically said blah blah blah. Printer ink is a scam, and well, he's probably right. It probably is, but hey, who am I to judge? He just said, make it with these two very complicated words, which I didn't know what they meant. So then I talked to him again, and he said it's just ash and gasoline. Which you can actually see right now in the footage, which is very funny on my timing. But yeah, as ash and gasoline. I already had the gas can, because I picked it up earlier. I think when I talked to Doug about the staircase, or in the last episode. Might have been the last episode now that I think about it. I don't know. So I went to the fireplace, but the fireplace was clean. There was nothing there. So I walked outside and grabbed wood from the wood pile, obviously, which made it just made sense to do so, right? So we walked to the fireplace and put the wood in the log, and then I doused it in gasoline. But then it was like, hey, it's ready to set on fire. However, I didn't have a way to set it on fire. I didn't know how to set it on fire, and I already checked all the cupboards in the kitchen. There was no kind of lighter there. So I started looking everywhere, as you're going to see on this footage. I opened the microwave, I checked in the clock, I tried opening the clock. The footage freezes for a bit here for some reason. Why did it freeze? Oh, well, I don't know. It froze for a bit for some reason. I talked to Doug about lighting the fire. He didn't have anything to say besides that he's still digging holes. I don't know what's so special about this guy digging holes, but apparently he's having a good time, so I'm just gonna let him dig his holes, because apparently it's good for him. So I went back inside, and then I checked the kitchen again. I don't know why I checked it twice. Then I went to check up on her father, because maybe he had a lighter, but I couldn't say much to him. So I left the library again. Already did enough there. So I went upstairs, and then I went to her room to look for a lighter. But I just found a trophy that I stole. Yeah, it's my trophy now. I'm not giving it back. They can't make me. They can't make me. In case you can notice, this is basically gonna be the rest of the episode, because I didn't notice. This is something I just found out now in post editing, so it's probably a good thing I started editing, because otherwise I would have uploaded with disrupted footage, which sounded like, well, basically like my old footage used to sound, just with more crispy popcorn or something. It sounded very shitty. Anyway, I tried using the log in multiple ways. I tried pushing it, I tried looking at it. And she just kept saying like, yeah, it's ready to set on fire. I honestly didn't know what to do here. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I just tried lighting it in any way possible. So I started checking doors again. I started checking up on Chuck. Or on Chuck. Maybe he had an answer. Spoiler alert. He did not. He just didn't. He didn't have the answer. I checked, I asked him, he didn't have it. Where is the answer? I don't know. I found it eventually, because I started doing more random stuff to eventually find something. I asked him for printer ink again, but he just kept telling me to make it. I had everything to make it. Sorry, I needed to yawn for a second. I had everything to make it. I just didn't know where to... Or, well, I had the gas. I just didn't know where to get everything to make it. I didn't know where to get the gas made. No, the ash, mainly. The ash confused the hell out of me. I didn't know where to get it. It was so confusing. I mean, I could put the log in the fireplace, so it's obviously that it was meant to go there. The concern was just, how do I light it? You know what I mean? Because I played this game on the casual difficulty. But this is not the casual difficulty. This is the harder difficulty. And I don't know how this one works. It's a lot more confusing. It's a lot more difficult, in my opinion. Which is kind of the point. It has more puzzles. Like this one. Where you need to figure out how to... like, just do stuff. I had a glass of water. And then I put a glass of gas in the microwave. And that caused fire. Which is that orange flash you just saw. So yeah, it caused fire, and then I started looking into that to see if I could control the fire. But I don't think I could. I tried looking for a way to contain that fire, or control that fire, or to light the log using that fire. I actually spent a little bit of time doing that. But, yeah, that didn't really work out very well. Or, more accurately, it just didn't work at all. I tried, yes. Succeed? Not so much. I gave it an honest shot, but I didn't succeed. It didn't end up being anything useful. I tried for a while. I even took the lettuce and the poopsie from the fridge. AKA the poopsie is just off-brand Pepsi. In case no one can tell that, obviously. They actually made a joke about that it's off-brand, in case you have a chance to read its name. I tried using the lettuce on the glass as well, actually, because I thought maybe that could light on fire, but it wouldn't let me. Every time I tried using the lettuce, it was just like, I don't feel like eating lettuce, or I don't feel like safe off-brand poopsie. Like, you know what, I guess that's just no solution. You can just pick these up without them doing anything. Which is Cool. I guess. Honestly, it didn't do much for me. I would have appreciated if it had a little bit more of purpose than it did. Because now it just feels like a useless item you're gonna be stuck with, like the trash I had, because that didn't serve a purpose either. I could just throw it away eventually. Which was upsetting. I actually ended up looking in the library again as well. With for a book on fire maybe. But I didn't find one, so I kept looking. And eventually I did find the solution, but it took me a while. I think I spent a solid 10 to 15 minutes of this episode just trying to figure out how to make fire. You know, something people less smart than me figured out a lot of years ago. Or for all I know, they might have been smarter than me at this point. Who knows? We don't know how smart they were. For all we know, they could have had a high IQ instead of our IQ. But guess we'll find out eventually. But yeah, I tried a lot with the glass of gas. Tried a lot of ways to make it light fire. But it just didn't want to. It just refused to light fire. Also, I feel like I need to check up on my storage and OBS, because the recording seems to pause at a few random intervals. Which is something I really need to check up on, because I did actually find out a lot of interest in this episode. Or, well, I finished up this flashback, which was a lot longer than I expected it to be. And I did something special at the end as well. But we'll cover that later. Here you see me looking at the broken bottles and actually picking them up, which was an option apparently. And then we found hot sauce, which is cool. So we decided to use the hot sauce. Look at the hot sauce. I tried using it immediately, but it was like, no, you can't. I want to read the label first. So then I used it and it made us actively breathe fire. But then there was fire, so I went to open the faucet and get a glass of water so I could turn it over the fire to extinguish it. But when I got back, there was no more fire. So I just took the ash and I tried figuring out where to mix it. So it's told me about small containers, so I put it in the ink bottle because it wouldn't let me put it straight in the gasoline tank. And well, then we had ink, so I put the ink on the printer on and then I printed out the application again. And then it actually did work this time. It actually did print the application, which was kind of nice. Because that meant I made progress. Good progress. You know? So, then there was still one thing missing. We needed a stamp. However, I've searched the entire house looking for how to deal with the fire situation. I didn't find a single stamp. So I was like, there's only one place I knew where there was a stamp. Only one. Only one, because everywhere else where I've been, there was nothing. It was just emptiness. No stamps, nothing whatsoever. It was very upsetting. Excuse me for one moment. Moving on, with the recording being slow again, even though it's at double speed. In case you can't tell that, this is all at double speed. I pointed that out before, and it just shows how much this episode needed editing. It was 45 minutes in total, and then when I sped it up, it went really fast to like 12 minutes, so I slowed it down to the double speed. As you can see, I grabbed the letter from the other person, from the uncle or something, because it has stamps on it. The only place in the house which has a stamp. So I wanted to use the microwave, but with a glass of water this time, because I didn't want to burn the letter. Which actually worked, surprisingly. I knew the microwave had to serve a purpose, and this was its purpose, and that actually made the stamp come off, for some reason. It probably steamed it off. I think that makes sense, the water, but for some reason I kept the water. I don't know why. I felt like it should have steamed the water off out of the cup, but it just didn't. Also, it looked like a double stamp. Anyway, I put it in the mail, and it literally said 5 days later exactly. And I turned from a skeleton to a person real quick, for some reason. That was very weird. I don't know why they did that. So we got our new letter, and she's like, I want to open it indoors. Specifically in my room, because she didn't want to open it out in the open. So we went to the room, and tried opening it, but she kept saying like, but, so I just kept spamming open until she actually did it. Because she actually decided to do it after the fourth or fifth try or something. And it was good news, because we actually did get the application. It was like, yay, we got it, and she did a little dance. Which actually keeps, I think, the dance actually keeps going infinitely until you yourself stop it. Because eventually you see my mouse disappeared for a second. That was me stopping it because I clicked them to go somewhere. Anyway, then she says we should go show this to Uncle Chuck. And so we do. You're like, hey, we got a job offer to make games. And let's just say he didn't exactly take this news very well. He was actually kind of upset. We are a failure to his family, and we're taking out of his will, and he's disappointed in us, and he's upset with us, and doesn't want to understand we don't want to lead Pillowtronics, because who would want to use this incredible tech to make pillows? Like, it's such an advancement. And then she was shocked, and that kind of ended the flashback. I expected to have some actually leave Thimbleweed as the flashback, because it was on the to-do list, but guess not. And then the person we talked to start the flashback was like, oh, she broke his heart to go make murder sims. Murder would be the next best solution. And then the officer, I forgot his name for a second, just mentioned something about Ray and looking for her. So I checked the character menu and she was there. And we went to her and woke up in a sewer and we were trying to find how to leave. And found specks of dust. I still don't know what the specks of dust do, but probably something eventually. But I needed a payphone to leave. Sadly though, the payphone needed money. And I didn't have that money. It needed a dime. I didn't have one. And there was none to be found in the sewer. I looked in the sewer and there was just not one. It wasn't there for some reason, which was kind of upsetting. I tried to use the skeleton for one, which didn't work, sadly. I pushed it, I pulled it. It was actually a fake skeleton, funny enough. I tried to go to the other exits, but they didn't count for some reason. So I just kind of vibed with them in the sewer, trying to find a way. And then went to the other guy again, because I thought maybe they could find the diamond, throw it in the nano cover, or something. Because there is only one manhole cover for some reason. You'd think a city like a town or city would have more than one, but no, we just have one. Only one, a single one. And so I started looking for the dime, and actually found the hobo, and a place to go later, and more specks of dust. But we'll check out all that later. It didn't seem like it had much right now. The area all the way on the right, but I discovered I did have a dime. However, I didn't know where to put it. I couldn't find any place. I couldn't find the manhole for a bit. Until I did find it. It was at the town outskirts, right by the Quickie Bell. So I grabbed another speck of dust and I threw the dime in there. It's actually had a dialogue about, I don't know why, but I'm throwing it in here. And then it rolled around for a bit before falling on the ground for Ray to pick up. Then we walked to the payphone, which actually told us a number, so we switched again and went to the phone book to actually check for this number, because, this is a puzzle after all. And they're gonna make you use knowledge from the both characters to find stuff. So I went to the G and found this person. And I gave them a call. Why there's a person here instead of just a sheriff or something, I do not know. Yeah, we called this random person. And asked them to call the cops, because that makes total sense. And then the sheriff showed up. I don't know why. He just showed up. He knew exactly where we were. And apparently he didn't need the chainsaw to get to Route 3. It was like, yeah, I can get you out of here. And you should leave this town about the murder. Which is a little suspicious if you ask me. And for some reason, weirdest of all, he had to blindfold us to take us out. But that was probably just the game mechanics. It being like, hey, we're gonna just flash you back to town. Instead of showing an entire animation about it. And then I was gonna add the episode, but I thought I'd bring the two characters together. Because one was so like, hey, we should find Ray. So I was like, you know what? We'll go find her. I'm gonna shove her in the opposite of you. And they just didn't care. Oh, right, Officer Rays. We have a Ray and Rays. It's very confusing. And then we actually discussed about working together on getting a map. But we'll cover that in the next episode. I put the characters nicely together. And on that note, I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry this episode ended a little bit worse than it was supposed to because of all the, well, post-editing and voiceover I had to do. It just ended that way, but Either way, thanks for watching. I hope you still had a good time, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao!